Hello everyone, this is Jasmine from Jazz Draws Art, and I am back today with something a little different than what I've been doing lately. For my subscribers that know me and have been watching my videos as of late, I have been drawing playing card series videos where I will take a show or a book and draw characters from those things into their own playing cards into different suits and make the custom deck. But I decided to take a little break from that. Don't worry, I will go back to it and finish it. I'm just going to start prepping everything to get it ready. And I decided to do something a little bit more artsy related for my art subscribers, the ones that are here for all the artwork stuff. I'm just going to do like a mindless little speed paint in the background of a forest. Nothing too serious, just while I give a little rundown of some of my tips and tricks I've learned as I've grown as an artist. One of the things I think is really important when doing art is make sure you give yourself enough time in between projects to refuel and recharge. And I say that because there's a lot of times where we push ourselves to be like, okay, I just finished this project, but I'm still in the creative mood, so I should keep going, and I should keep going, and I should keep going. And to the point where it kind of stresses you out. That's called getting burnout. If you keep taking on projects, especially if you're doing something like commission work or work for other people like in companies or gifts and things, if you keep taking on so many different things that take many hours of your time is money. Don't forget about that. But also, you need to give yourself enough of a break to allow, for one, your body to stop being sore, and for two, to give yourself some time to come up with fresh ideas, have your mind kind of detangle itself from being all worked up into perfectionist mode, have to polish everything, and just give yourself some time to smooth yourself out and think. Maybe go out for a little walk around nature, or just take a break to have something to eat, read something, and try and get some new fresh ideas that way. It can also help you with art block when your art block is really bad and you can't think of things to come up with to draw. You really do need to take some time away to find motivation, and I know motivation can be very hard to find sometimes. I myself experience this a lot. But what I have found works for me is when I just get out of my head and just do something that I enjoy in my everyday life, whether that be reading a little bit of a book, going outside and looking at nature, or reading something online, talking to my friends, watching a movie. Seeing different perspectives, different things can sometimes trigger that little bit in you to come up with something new, something exciting for you to do. So always make sure to give yourself a break so that you can come back and keep making great art that you love. A question I get a lot as an artist is art school worth it? Now, this definitely depends on you, and so whatever I say, it's still up to you. But personally, the reason I went to art school, I went to art college, was because I wanted to be taken a bit more seriously in the art community and in the field, so that way I could get work. Now, I know there are many artists out there who were self-taught and went out and did these things despite not have gone to art school, but I am also self-taught. I've been doing art my entire life, and I found the best way that I could better myself and perceive myself more as a professional is to learn from other professionals and see their point of view, and to mix it with my own worldview to kind of culminate what I want to do with my art and where it's going to go. Now, if you find a program that has what you want, then great. If you find that none of the programs that are out there quite meet the type of art you're looking for, that doesn't mean that your art is not valid. You should definitely keep trying to work on yourself and do your own thing, because you don't want to end up like everyone else, being the same thing, making the same thing. You want to offer something that's your own, that is something niche, your own or niche, however you want to say it. But find your own little corner of the art world and really make it your own, because no one else can make art like you can. And if you have something, a different little spark to yourself, you definitely should take good hold of it and ride it all the way to the end, because that's the way you can really put yourself on the market, put yourself on the map, and start really spreading your art around the community. I found with art school that I had a program that had one of the units I wanted to do, which is comic book art. Mind you, you see here on my channel, I do a lot of different varieties of art because I still enjoy and like being able to learn and grow in all forms. I don't want to be just in one, but I do want to specialize in comic book art, and that is coming, and I have made my own comics. Don't let becoming a professional, air quotes, be your only goal, because not everybody's going to give you a job and say, oh, this is your title, well, you're officially this thing. You know, if you make art, you're an artist. If you're an illustrator, you're already an illustrator. That's because you make your own art. See, I can call myself a comic book artist and a comic book writer or author because I have done those things. You don't need to work for a professional company when it comes to something like art to call yourself a full-on professional. That's not to say that you should boast and say, oh, I'm the best in the land because I've done this before, but I'm saying don't take everything 100% too seriously, but try and establish yourself in a way that makes you feel accomplished. Personally, I made some really good connections and very, very good friends in my art school, and I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. I'm very happy that I made the decision, even though there were many times during my art school days that I felt like I should quit, but that was only because there are so many things to do with deadlines, and that's what I would like to talk about next. Deadlines are the make or break of the art community. Once you've built up all your skills, it's going to be a really rough ride to get a job, whether it be anything from finding customers to buy your merchandise that you make, like prints or pins, shirts, whatever it may be, or if it's custom work for people like doing portraits and stuff like that, to doing design at a company, anything of the sort. You are going to find that you will have deadlines. And I know that saying you're an artist, especially like a freelance artist, you say, oh, I make my own hours, I choose my own clientele, you know, I have freedom, I don't have deadlines, I set the deadlines. And to an extent, that can be true if you say, this will take me this long to make for like a personal customer, then sure. But if you're doing it in a professional setting where, say, you're doing it for a big company that's going to be putting out pamphlets for their employees and you need to have it done by a certain time, make sure that you know how to do time management. Time management is probably the biggest key in art that there is. Make sure that you are always setting alarms, making schedules, making notes, because you cannot let yourself slip when it comes to filling out an order, especially because with artists, our profession is the most ripped off profession in pretty much any kind of job community. So we need to protect ourselves, make sure that you have a proper contract. If you don't have one, look at some books that are out there for artists and look online and make sure that you get one for your clients to sign, especially because big companies will ask you to sign theirs. You never want to be scammed over. Make sure you're always double, triple checking everything you do. There are so many things that I could share with you guys, but I think those are just a few of the big things that come to mind. If you'd like to see me do something else, let me know in the comments down below, and if you have any questions about anything art related, let me know. I will be returning to my playing cards series soon, and I'm so grateful for all you guys. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!